How's it going, everybody? Nick Daniels here yet again, bringing you folks another video. It's genuinely actually a nice day out here today. Quite surprising. Normally here in Nova Scotia, it's pretty fucked around. What are we today? December 15th. Yeah, usually pretty fucked around today. But you know what? It's actually decent weather, a little bit of sun shining. Not too bad. So, I'm going to be talking today about my final results of eHarmony. My 3 months membership is coming to an end in about, I don't know, about 2 to 3 weeks. And I noticed what it's doing is it's constantly putting in a block. Like, if you look on, like, my matches, it'll constantly remind me that it's running out. And it'll be like, you know, don't let your subscription run out. Love's waiting, like, you know, something like that. And a lot of the tabs on any of the part of the website, so any of the directories on the website, all seem to have some message letting me know that my subscription is ending and I should renew it. Now, I picked non-recurring, so this is obviously just going to go through once and it's done. But I'm going to make sure that it is good. I've already oh no, yeah, because I did. I went in and I was like, yeah, don't recur it. Because originally I think that is recurring. Now I want to talk about my I guess my experience overall, because I did like a first week onto it, but I want to talk about a general experience of being on eHarmony. So I do live in a small community, but I picked like a bigger city. It's got like 500,000 people. That's like not too far away, but you know, something like that. I didn't think it was too bad. So anyway, like I said, I've done this. Honestly, the only reason I really did it is because a couple people had talked to me about trying it, and I thought it'd be a good idea. And again, upon trying it, it was like, it was so odd at first, because I had a girl message me first, which, by the way, that never happens. But she messaged me something, and it was like a smiley face. It was like 2 smiley faces and text, and I couldn't see the text. I think I could see the smiley face though, but I'm not allowed to see like custom text, right? Or custom text, but you know, like not generic questions, which is what they'll offer you for free messaging, is that you can send a generic pre-made question and she can give you a generic answer, and then apparently that's literally the conversation. So anyway, I couldn't even see what she looked like, but she was local, and I was like, okay, fuck it. And to my surprise, to be honest, I didn't find her very attractive, and the conversation just really sucked. That's something that's really critical for me. Now, when I say conversation sucked, I don't mean, you know, and I mean it in the nicest of ways. It's not necessarily, you know, I'll just see someone behind me that I recognize. But yeah, it's like, it's not necessarily, oh, she didn't put smiley faces in the conversation, you know, it was boring. But at the end of the day, you have to be able to hold a conversation, and a conversation, you know, if there's genuine interest between 2 parties, I think there should definitely be some back and forth, right? So, you know, it going, I can ask a question, you know, whether, and let's say let's say it's open-ended, right? It's not a closed-ended question. I ask an open-ended question, hey, how you doing, yada, 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 what do you do for a living, whatever. And, you know, and it's just like a one-word response. You know, again, that should be telling you there's like an immediate, I'm not interested. That's kind of what you get out of that. And especially if somebody doesn't ask anything back, that usually provides this situation that I was in, because this woman didn't really have a lot of things to ask me, didn't seem overly like into getting a good conversation rolling. And a lot of times actually what that is, I mean, no word of a lie, is basically people just want to hook up, right? Because they don't really want to get to know the other individual that much. When you go in eHarmony, in my opinion, you're paying, and again, a ridiculous amount of money. So I would hope that you would have some genuine interests of wanting to know somebody. But you know what? I don't know. I don't know her intention, and I'm not speaking that I do. But I'm saying in general, a lot of the time that's kind of, at least what I've taken away from it, is what they're looking for. So out of eHarmony, and all the conversations I had, actually that was the only one. I did ask somebody a generic question, and they gave one of those generic answers, and then I sent them like an actual message about the question and what they said, you know, just kind of commenting on it, and you know, in a good way. And I never heard from them. So I never really considered it a conversation because that's all it was. You know, I honestly believe that people do kind of find what they're looking for on that site. They honestly, they probably do. But my overall experience was the polar opposite. It was not really that much of an experience at all. Honestly, it was just kind of a waste of money. You know, and it doesn't really surprise me. That's really the problem in itself, is that, you know, I'm not shocked by the results, right? Like this is a common thing. And, you know, trying, like, say, Plenty of Fish, for example, which I have, by the way, I'm not on that. I've been on and off it, but I think I'm just staying off it. And it, you know, and it's like Tinder, you know, it's all the same. I mean, obviously, I know each one of those platforms have a different model. Like, for example, on both of those, actually, that I mentioned, you're really just looking for sex, right? Or the majority is, right? I'm not saying everybody is, or you in particular, or me in particular, but, you know, it's like, you know, the chances of you actually finding some sort of relationship off Tinder are not really that high, but the chances of you hooking up with someone off Tinder are actually pretty good. And that's the irony, because it's like, you know, having something even just a little casual wouldn't be so bad. But anyway, that's the world we live in today. So basically, at the end of the day, my overall findings of eHarmony, overall thoughts, that sort of thing. I think I personally, and this is just personal experience, I personally believe the site's a joke. I think they market this, and heavily, by the way. I see commercials all the time. Well, I don't really watch cable, but when I did, I saw commercials, like, I'm telling you, like, every fucking day, that were telling me, like, my match is one click away, kind of thing. So it is definitely advertised heavily. And, you know, at the end of the day, that's great, but I think it's, like I said, it's not the site that's wrong. The site's got a good platform. The cost is way too much money, but it's the users that are using it, because, again, like, ironically, in this area, you know, again, not a big area, but big enough, you see the exact same faces, right? So I've already seen these people on Plenty of Fish, or I've seen them on Tinder, and then I noticed once I got, like, my first, like, 30 matches, it slowed right down. Like, it gave me, like, 30 day number 1, and I'm like, holy fuck, right? Like, plenty of people that I could try to come up with an interesting message for. And then after that, it was really low. And I didn't feel like there was good profile descriptions so that I could really, like, read and know somebody. It'd just be like the 3 things I can't live without. I mean, like, that's great, but I want to know more about them, and it'd only be like 1 line. It's like Tinder, like, you have to come up with some message that, pray to God that they even bother to read it, and let alone reply. So overall, site, not really a fan of it. I'm kind of glad my subscription's ending. I think it was a waste of time and money, but, you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained, kind of thing, and that's what I went into it thinking. Ironically, there are a lot of younger people on there, and when I say younger, we're talking like 18, 19 years old. I mean, I'm 25, I mean, I'm still young, but I'm kind of at that age that I feel like something like that would be a little more appropriate. But yeah, jumping on there at 18 is kind of fucked, because basically, in my opinion, you'd be like fresh out of high school, right? And then you're just like, oh, eHarmony, right? Like, you're paying that much money at 18 years old. I mean, my God. I mean, and a lot of these were, like, I'm talking about women too, right? A lot of these girls, honestly, could just go to a bar and you're going to have, like, 4 guys hitting on you at a time. I mean, it can't be that bad. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. We're going to have to see you in the next video. Hope you've enjoyed, and peace.